Hey guys, Ryan Gass here, PTPgun.com, firearms training, and today we're going to get into ankle holsters. And today, specifically, we're going to get into the Galco ankle glove. Now, this is not my first Galco holster. This is not my first ankle glove. This is actually my second ankle glove. The first one I bought about 2.5, 3 years ago. I got it for my Glock 43 that I was using at the time. I've recently moved from the Glock 43 and pivoted, and now I'm carrying a lot of SIG P365s. I had both the 365X and the 365 Macro, and both work in this ankle glove. Now, how I decided to go about making this particular video today is I was making some other videos with my SIG Macro today, and going into that, I was like, where's my Macro? Where's my Macro? I couldn't find it. I thought I misplaced it. I was looking, far and wide. Of course, I was like, hey, and I was talking to my wife. I was like, hey, what'd you do with my Macro? I can't find my Macro. I had her help me find it because obviously whenever we as men lose stuff, we always blame our wives. And about 20 minutes into it, I was like, it's in my ankle glove. I forgot it was there. And we were looking for it all over the place. Just like some people might have their sunglasses on top of their head. They're like, where? I can't find my sunglasses. And they find them on top of their head. Same thing. I found my Macro. I thought it was missing. I thought I misplaced it somehow. And instead it was in my ankle glove that I forgot about. It's that comfortable. Is it 100% comfortable? Do I never notice it's ever there? No, there's times where I notice that. And I'll go ahead and show you tricks to avoid that as well. Let's go ahead and get more into the ankle glove itself. Now, looking at the ankle, all right, just so we can go ahead and get into it, I am right-handed, but we mount the ankle glove on the inside of the other leg, all right? Now, with that, I can very easily get to that and use that using my right hand, all right? Now, let's go ahead and make sure, before we get any farther, let's go ahead and verify the firearm is unloaded. All right, no round chamber, no magazine has any rounds as well. All right, now this is a relatively larger gun to be able to use in an ankle holster. All right, but a few tricks. All right, so let me go ahead and show you all. It does fit both the Macro and the 365X that I have. All right, when I mount the when I put the ankle holster on, what I do is whether I'm wearing shoes or I'm wearing boots, I'm always going to have a tall sock on. Now, I will say these don't interface very well using any type of tall boots at all. So usually I'm wearing some type of low-cut boots and or shoes. This nice wool that's on the inside, it's not too itchy, but it is very hot. So again, I don't want that to touch my skin directly. So what I do, again, tall sock, I mount it there. All right, this neoprene comes around, and I take this other side, all right, bring it in nice and firm and tight. It's not going to move around anywhere. I also mount it low, not higher on my calf, because it's going to slide down if you do that. All right, so you might as well mount it very low. It can't move any farther down. All right, and again, after that, I can go ahead and cover that up. All right, and now while that might look obvious to you right now watching this video, most people are not going to notice that. Most people are not going to look at that. Obviously, if I had tighter pant legs, it would be more noticeable. If I had looser pant legs, it would be less noticeable. If I had a smaller gun other than the Macro, if I had like a regular P365 or 365X, not the XL, then that'll be obviously more discreet. If you're considering carrying a different way than you traditionally have in the past, and or if you're new to carrying and you're trying to figure out which way you want to carry, what's right for you, ankle carrying is not that bad. I definitely didn't know what to expect going into it. My cousin, he happens to work in law enforcement, and he tends to wear a lot of suits for his work. And he explained to me, I was talking to him one day, and he was explaining to me how he was carrying ankle holster, a Glock 26. And he was explaining to me how it wasn't that bad. I forget, what made him want to carry that way. I can't recall exactly what he said, but he's like, hey, if you're not sure about it, honestly, try it out. I'd say within a couple months, I was looking into it a little bit more, and I actually pulled the trigger on one, got my first ankle glove from Galco. Those are the only ankle holsters I've ever tried. I'm not saying that there's not other better ones out there, because I'm sure there maybe very well there is. I know that there was much cheaper options, but they all look very not well made, very gimmicky, and I'm definitely a believer that you buy once, you cry once. If you get the right holster, if you spend the right money, if you do your proper research and own the product, you want to do that. You want to get that one time. I didn't want to have to float from ankle holster to ankle holster to ankle holster, and so I decided to go with the Galco. It looked very well made, had lots of great reviews, and it also, it had a retention strap that snaps in, and I liked that for this purpose. So I bit the bullet, I pulled the trigger, and I got one. And the first one I got it probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and that was for my Glock 43, single stack 9mm. That material one that I had modified, it only held 8 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber. And whenever I ankle holster, whenever I ankle carry, whether then or now, it's usually not my only gun. It's usually a backup gun. I'm usually carrying one, some gun, whether it be my Glock 17 or other firearms, on my hip, and then I have a ankle gun as a backup. So I'm usually never carrying just my ankle holster, just my ankle gun. It's usually in addition to. So with that being said, I don't know that ankle holsters and ankle carrying is for everybody, but I definitely think that if it interests you, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't say it's something you need to shy away from. Definitely something to look into. Definitely something to try yourself. Don't just go with what other people say, whether it's me or other people, whether good, bad, or indifferent. Figure out if it's right for you. Try it out. If you don't like it in the end, hey, then you know that going forward. But definitely don't be shy away from it. I wish I would have got more into ankle holsters and ankle carrying sooner in my carrying experience. But hey, no time better than the present to get started. Have you ever carried an ankle holster? And if so, what kind of gun was it? And 2, what ankle holster was it? I'm always curious to hear other people's experiences and what they carry and how they carry it. Also, let me know in the comments below, what kind of holster do you prefer over ankle style? Do you prefer some type of version of on the waistband? Has anybody, this is one of the things I'm looking at getting into this fall and winter, has anyone ever used a holster that goes up and over your arms and the firearms that sitting underneath your arm there? Has anyone ever used one of those style holsters? If so, what recommendations do you have? Because I'm looking at getting one. I want to try one out this fall and winter. So I want to hear about you guys' experience with that. But appreciate you all again. Stay safe. And again, if you haven't yet done so already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be putting out more and more videos like this going forward in the future. And we always want to hear y'all's feedback. Thank you all again. Stay safe. And remember to learn, defend, prevail.